panel. Let's get the out going.
We had to fix our chats. Now I can't see that.
Sorry about all that.
All right, so we just have an Elfin Pass. All right.
There's Murjana.
Gotta love that Tufford is using the Alice sleeves for the Alice World deck. I remember talking to him about the sleeves. Like, they're terrible quality that barely hold up, but at least they're good to play, good enough to play in an event with.
We'll say this: the one thing I really like about Zack, even though he does play at an extremely slow pace, he is very efficient when resolving triggers.
Yep.
And so it's really nice to watch him play because.
I mean,
whenever we released when posted the shell of Alice World back,
however long ago, Jesus,
back in November. You know, it was one of those things like I think I sent you a message like there's gonna be a lot of people that you're going to lose simply to all of the triggers,
yep,
the missed triggers, and the drawing extra cards, and sure enough, how many months now, and how many game losses, and how.
Yep.
So it's nice to see. A player being able to...
Wait a second. Did he just...
What?
Vu missed it. I'm fairly positive he just put the card from Cheshire Cat on the bottom of the deck instead of the top.
Did he put it on the bottom?
I'm like 99% sure.
Well, you have to go check.
I mean, it's too many cards down now. I don't know if anyone else... I mean, apparently I have to be watching a lot closer now, but I mean, that's extremely relevant. But there's no way Ken didn't catch that because Ken's very good at watching his opponent.
Yeah, Ken was good.
But he definitely messed up that interaction.
No. Trust me, Ken's playing for a paid invite.
I know, but he played Cheshire Cat. There's no reason why that last card should have gone to the bottom. The card that he was supposed to put on top went to the bottom, but we'll see. I mean, I could have clearly just missed something.
I think you missed it.
Because, I mean, we can't see how many dice are on his reflect, so maybe... oh well. Alright, Gretel flips the stone. Spoiler alert, it's all wind-based stone, so they're all going to work. Oh, please have another Gretel. Just make my day. Ooh, Hera. I mean, obviously killing the orb, just shut down reflect. Sometimes just having a 5/5 on board is good enough if you're not being threatened by Adam Broly's or Quibers. So we see a Hera drawing the card. Nothing else he's going to do, so probably just going to pass, going to Tufford's turn.
Hello, everyone.
Let's go, Max.
Hey, Max. Or just Max.
Max.
Alright, calling a stone.
Alice World.
That's the thing.
Yep.
1, 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has them stacked funny, but yeah, that's 4 and 4. That's how that works. There's a couple times when I was watching Tufford's matches when I was walking the tables, the top tables. He is very guilty of stacking his field and making it very hard to discern what's on the field and what's not, or what might be hidden. Which again isn't that big of a deal, but can make it as you're a judge walking by can be very difficult to discern.
I wish players would actually start doing that a lot more.
What?
Taking the Cheshire Cat after they sacked it to the Adam Broly, literally playing and sacking it to the Adam Broly and just placing it on top of the deck.
It's a very good habit. You can't mess it up then.
Oh no, I'm pretty positive that people can still mess it up. It would help to
I mean, I guess we've seen everything then.
He's not drawn a card yet. He has to resolve shuffling the Cheshire Cat in.
Because every day we're shuffling. I just want to know how those sleeves held up for 8 rounds yesterday and now top 8. Like,
What?
does he have another set of sleeves? The Alice sleeves.
No, they hold it pretty well, as long as you don't side shuffle and you're a savage. So. There's the trigger. There's more genre resolving. I'm pretty sure Ken drew off of Hera.
Use that will I just created to play this convenient cat. Going to my next turn.
Yeah, Ken drew, trust me. So getting even one turn, getting one turn in here is still really just prevalent.
I mean, yeah, the extra reflect activation, the extra turn of getting ahead on resources is very strong.
Ken's taking. So he's going to the priest.
Yeah, he's probably trying to come off resources. Because turns out casting a 6-drop that Alice World deck that really doesn't want to see is pretty good.
Yeah.
So Tufford needs to, get his pieces together before Ken can ramp into the Huang Long or whatever his name is. Do you need others? Does he have a... Oh, he has a Apollo infield still, yeah.
Yep.
Casual, another one?
Yep. We'll just go back to back here. Kitty cat. Resolve the trigger.
I mean, this is pretty much the perfect setup. So Zack went down to no cards, had his turn to find another Alice's World, found another Alice's World, and then found a cat.
Well, I mean, the good thing for Ken is he did get rid of the Leviathan. So Zack's having to look for the horn.
Yeah.
But if he had Leviathan here, the game was just over. Like, you just...
Yeah, this would be a much different game. He could have just flipped. And
at that point, he just flips. Plays a couple more. He plays, what, 2 or 3 Alice Worlds? I can't remember.
I think just 2.
Yeah.
So that should be his last one.
2, so. But even then, he's going to get a couple more attacks on the... another attack on the priest, which is extremely relevant. Looks like we're going to the next turn.
Yep, there's a draw, some tap, some more stuff, and I'm just going to leave this sideways, attack your priest again.
Yeah, pretty much. It's definitely going to happen. You got to cut him off.
Yeah, how Zack stacks his field just puts me on such life tilt.
Rajana, Adam Broly, Priest. There's the horn.
Nope, yeah, you got it.
Immediately going to be... yeah. So the priest. Nope, Cheshire Cat. Alright. Now we're digging.
Yep. So once you find the cards, you just put back.
He's looking for the Leviathan here. The Leviathan would be really nice. Hoping to kind of seal the game.
Yeah.
At least this game. So.
Demon Sword into Flip Tutor would be pretty good right about now. So that's the first draw. Cards are going to the bottom. Here's the second Cheshire Cat draw effect. Seeing what's in his hand. Again, now I'm just watching to see where this goes. All right, so these cards go on the bottom. And then he has to put a card on top. All right.
How many people are
27.
there? 27.
Yeah, we hit 27.
That's a good matchup.
That is a really good matchup. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not that I don't like streaming, but it's for 27. Yeah, 27 people.
Here we go to see another Adam Broly play to filter through his deck more. Paolo's pretty good, especially when you get to use it to play things for free again.
Yeah. I mean, I completely understand though. It's like we were having this conversation the other day. It's like the exposure and having the VODs. Streaming. The game is really nice for the players that can sit there and watch it. The problem is there's so few that actually do watch it that it's almost cost inefficient to actually stream the game. Because this is usually the number we get, 20 to 30. So it's usually easier just to record games and then then upload the VODs and save. See, this to stream, it's costing roughly $2,000. So
if everyone that's watching this right now wants to share the video and make sure their friends are watching it so we can get into more people and really make us, want to continue streaming, that'd be great. But, hey, at least we got some quick rounds going. And, we had a very, very well-ran event here in Charlotte, and it was a very smooth, no repairs. Time between rounds was only about 15 minutes at most. There's one that went to 25 because of a 10-minute time extension, but it was nice. We had a really, really easy day yesterday. And top 8's going to be pretty clean, we hope. And again, for those that are might not have been watching earlier, Ken has to play very, very tight this game because he is a GE1 away from getting a game loss. So, worst case for Ken here is if he loses this first game, which, of course, now he's very much behind on, and then gets a game loss. I mean, that's going to automatically push Zack to the finals.
Yep, that is meant.
We're still on the Cheshire Cat.
There's
All right, there's the Wyber finally.
So we can finally start closing the game out now.
It only took me, 2 Alice's Worlds to get there, but we got there, folks. So, I mean, at this point, unfortunately he uses Alice's World, so he can't steal turns to get the Gwyber damage in. We didn't get the lists. I don't think Tufford plays anything like Sprint. I don't think there's Zeeks in the list to give it like a mini Anthem effect for plus 200, plus 200. Wow, there's another Adam Broly here. So, Tufford is just trying to put Resonators on the board that are going to be able to attack freely into Ken. Now, knowing Ken's list, the only thing that's going to be surviving some of these attacks is Quinn Long, the Green Sacred Beast, because it's an 8/8, or some combination of the Divine Beasts. So we are going to see some very interesting turns here, probably, by Ken trying to figure out if he can ramp quickly into Huang Long, I think is his name. Again, terrible of trying to figure out all the names of the Sacred Beasts. Yeah, so in this turn, he's played both Adam Brolys because he Apollo'd the first Adam Broly to banish a Cheshire Cat and win Can't. He played the second Adam Broly for the Cheshire Cat at another card, and then he played the Gwyber. So both Adam Brolys and the Gwyber enter the field this turn.
It doesn't matter. You have to pull him aside, you have to do an investigation.
So the Gwyber was definitely a legal play, and Tufford's just, again, trying to get these 6/8s on boards, which turns out is very good against the vast majority of Ken's deck. All right, so yeah, so he attacked the Adam Broly, he bounced it to his hand with Apollo, and then played it again. So the Apollo lets you return a Resonator in your hand. Adam Broly, obviously, you get to play it from free. So it enables him to play the Gwyber that turn, draw the extra card. Well, C3 cards to draw an extra card with Morgiana. Gets to produce the Will. Even though he had 2 Will up, he could just tap the Moonshade to cast the Gwyber, and then play the Gwyber if the turn. Well, But anyways, going back over to Ken's turn here. Looks like we see another Gretel, a flip. Now, we're still in a position where Ken hopefully he either has the Huang Long in hand and maybe is going to bounce flipping so Gwyber can't get in and hopefully reset Tufford, which is probably a fine play. We saw a sign, so he probably wants to just try to suicide or block some guys if he can. He attacks with Adam Broly and then signs 2 away. But of course, Tufford's going to have his refrain side up, so he's not going to let that signs get through. And unfortunately, you can't see how many cards are in Tufford's hand. He should still be at 2 cards, I think. Yeah, I've been losing track with all the Adam Broly's and bouncing and whatnot, but the position that Ken's basically in, excuse me, is that he wants Tufford to go all in on this and not have to fight over the refrain counters and then win that game that way by resolving a Quinn Long. Now, I don't have Tufford's list. As far as I remember, it doesn't play any dedicated counter spells, so Huang Long resolving would be very, very bad for Tufford. And I know that Ken does play counter spells, but again, that's nothing about that can help you when he has refrain to counter it. I think he has Glimpse out of the sideboard, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's main deck, so that is another option that he has. But of course, we're still in game 1, and this is going to be a game 1 match, almost certainly, just because of how long it goes. Tufford tapping orb, adding a counter. Can't really see what he's adding a counter for. So we're going on Tufford's turn, just untapping, no effects or anything like that. The only card I could see out of Ken's hand was the signs. I couldn't really determine what else was in his hand. I mean, at this point, Ken's just really looking for an opening to be able to resolve the signs, but Tufford has all the stones that he needs, so he can just stay on refrain the rest of this game and try to close out with the Gwyber. Turns out, 2 Adam Broly's, again, being 6/8s and being bigger than every other Sacred Beast besides 2 Resonators in his deck is extremely relevant. And here's a Pumpkin Witch. So unless we see some kind of counter spell, this is probably just going to close out the game. I can't see how many cards are in Tufford's hand again, but he could bounce the Gwyber, and he's still going to be taking a lot of damage. So bounce the Gwyber, still taking 12, 15, 1800 damage.
Still game 1?
Yep, they're still in game 1. Tufford just played Pumpkin Witch. I'm assuming we're going to see a counter spell or something from Ken.
Okay.
I can't see what's in his hand. We need 2 Mounders is what we need.
That was an interesting call.
Well, I think Tufford, again, is just trying to get in damage at this point, because at best, Ken's, if he doesn't have the counterspell here, is going to be able to bounce the Gwyber, and he's still getting in for 1,600 damage, or whatever that is off the top of my head. 12, 15, 1,800 damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's just scooping.
I think scooping there is correct, because he immediately saves time.
Yeah, it's literally, do you have the counterspell? Because if not, this is going to win the game. It's not going to win the game that turn, but it's going to put Tufford far enough ahead where Ken, because knowing Ken can't play Huang Long next turn, that it doesn't matter what Ken's next turn is, he's not going to be able to come back from that.
Now let's go back and talk about turn 1 for Ken. Ken immediately plays orb, filters, and then J activates. Now I like that line of play versus
non-Alice World decks.
Yeah.
Because the 2 turns Tufford got is what won him that.
We don't have the deck list. We'll pull it up on the Forcible page. Because here's the thing. Is Tufford playing Ruler's Memoria?
No.
Because if he's not playing Ruler's Memoria, then I don't agree with that line of play.
All right,
if he's playing Ruler's Memoria,
I wish I had a signal
then I
here.
can see that being a very viable play. Because if you're able to shut off his, Zack just
he had to have. There's no reason why Ken would have just done that.
Yeah.
Naturally.
He's playing Ruler's Memoria.
So we're pulling up the deck list on my terrible
effective
phone.
Play to be able to sit there and J-activate and cut off the orbs, or cut off the Regalia in general. Because if you can cut it off and you have the Ruler's Memoria, 40% chance to hit it. I mean, that's That's usually pretty. That's
Okay, he does play 4 Rulers Memoria.
Okay, yeah. So then that's a perfectly respectable line of play. The thing is just Zack just happened to have 4.
Oh, Tufford does play 2 Steel Wind and Lights main deck as well.
Yeah. So let's look at the sideboard. What sideboard options?
All right, Tufford.
Does Ken play? How many Silent Futures does he bring?
I have Tufford up, so let's look at that. We have 3 Death Sights. That's not that great. 2 Barriers of Shadows. They're going to be playing the barrier battle, so that's something he's probably considering bringing in. 2 Sign of the Future. Turns out that's great when you have a 6-drop that puts 4 more guys into the board. So that's going to immediately tip off Ken and saying, hey, not only do I need to have this 6-drop, I need to be able to have Refrain up and probably extra orb counters to be able to counter that. Oops. 1 Blessed Holy Wolf. Again, that's probably coming in. Robe of the Fire Rat.
Nope.
He could bring that again against the Zuquay, but that's not going to be a thing. Like,
that won't be.
If you're worried about him being able to Zuquay your Morgiana,
we're gonna see the wolf.
Sure.
We're gonna see the wolf. We'll
Glimpse we're definitely going to see as well.
Yep.
He has another Magic Stone of Gusting Skies, which is very interesting. Oh, it's to play the Bedivere. That's what it is. And a Feasting. So, no, nothing that's really exciting out of his sideboard. Tufford is likely just going to be on the barriers, signs, and then the 1 Blessed Holy Wolf. And then I'm going to go up to Ken's list. Let's see what Ken has. I just have to find his list again.
Is that the silver one right there?
Mm-hmm. That's the
So Ken plays 3 of the red-green Pristia, Pursuit of Exploding Flame. I'm actually really curious where he's bringing that card in. That's
bring that
interesting.
card in versus aggro matchups.
Just for the first strike and swiftness?
Yeah, the first strike is insanely relevant versus Lance.
2 Prison in the Lunar Lake. I really like this card. I want to see him shut down an Adam Broly with this. That would be fantastic for Ken. 2 Sign of the Future. Again, another card that's just going to be a staple in this matchup. 1 Glimpse of Kaguya. Again, if he wants to fight over Refrain Tutors, that's going to be a very great card as well. 2 Elvish Bowman. This can definitely deal with the barriers that he knows that his opponent's going to be bringing in. 3 Susans. So here's going to be the interesting conundrum for Tufford. He knows that Ken has 3 Susans. Tufford has a robe in his sideboard. So this goes back to, I guess...
Actually, there's one of the Susans right there.
It's going to come back to a very interesting... He had to bring those... He has to bring that robe in just knowing Ken's on Susan now. 1 Hera and 1 Magic Stone of Deepwood. So...
It's like Tufford's going 3.
The Hera could come in as well. So Ken has a lot of sideboardy options for this matchup. I mean... 12. Ken has a potential 11 cards he could bring in for this matchup. So I'm really interested to know how Ken sideboarded for this match. I think Ken very well knew what his rough matchups were going to be today, and that's why he was packed all those cards in his sideboard.
There's interdimensional an orb, and the tent is moving for some god awful reason that I have no clue. Yeah, it works.
I'll read that later.
Thank you. Orb for Zack.
Does he play? Oh, I forgot he plays Apollo. Yeah, I actually got to watch Ken.
Wow. What is going on with the stream camera?
I got to watch Ken steal a game by being able to bounce Zuquay to steal some
You
games.
need to go towards Ken. Yeah, you need to tilt it towards... Or to Zack, sorry.
I was going to tilt it the wrong way. Way to go.
Yeah.
So you see double orbs in a Rulers of Moria, which is, again, is the perfect...
Of course. Back this way, the other way.
All right, sorry, guys. We're trying to fix the camera.
Other way, yeah. A little more.
So let's just leave it there so we can actually watch this game.
That's good. Just leave it.
Wow, so a turn 1 pass by Tufford.
Well, he had 2 orbs, so it's not... Oh, well, there we go.
Whew.
We got a wall of
Wow.
wind.
No, he doesn't play Wall of Wind.
He doesn't play wall of wind?
No,
He
it was just
plays
the seals.
Oh, wow.
So Ken is off to a really strong start.
Yeah.
Pure gas.
Ken has definitely picked up the pace, though.
Yeah, Ken knows that the first game went on a little bit longer.
Honestly,
He scooped when he should have, which was great.
Here's the
That
thing,
saved them some time.
Ken actually, if he can win game 1, it's actually more beneficial for Ken to go to time than it is for Zack.
Yeah,
Just because if
bow
he's
who
able-
I win.
Just because you go by who. That's actually how he won. That's how Ken won the.
Won his last
round
one.
of Swiss?
Yeah, last
Yep.
round of Swiss, Ken won by being able to play
That was a
very
very
stressful
forth.
game
Yeah.
to watch, to judge, no less. That's sitting right there. All right, so
So this is the Morjana. So it'll be interesting to see. We might see the Cheshire Cat here. Oh, there's a filter first. Valentino is currently in the top 4 playing against Anthony Torres. I'm not sure the game count, but he's in the top 4. So he does have his unpaid invite.
thankfully.
As soon as I know more, I'll let you guys know more. So is that the cat?
Now I'm trying to pull this up
Nope.
on my phone. There we
Barrier.
go.
That's
All
definitely
right.
very solid.
Tap,
sideboard.
add some stuff.
There's a counter. Yeah, barrier definitely slows these matches down.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. Again, Ken had some answers.
There's 5. Smack.
Whew. Yeah, so Ken...
Second Hera. That's actually really great for Ken.
All right, so Ken must have brought in the
Oh,
other
and there's
deep
the
wood.
Bowman. Yeah, there's a side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ken
That-
has one Japanese deep wood, so we're probably going to see that.
That is an excellent sideboard tech for barrier here.
And
Yep.
immediately start your turn before you can even do anything. Hey, I'm going to kill this, so you don't have any possible responses. Feels good. So Ken is way ahead now in this game.
Yep.
And I know it might not seem like it, but these two Heras are actually very aggressive for Ken and are going to put Tufford in a really tight spot. Now, Tufford has a Morgiana on the field, so we can just do something like Windcat into the Cheshire, filter for an Ambroli, and then, as I call it out, Windcat into Cheshire Cat. Sack those, get an Ambroli on the field, which is a 600, 800. It can favorably block the Heras to slow down the aggression from Ken. But if Zack doesn't see an Adam Broly somehow this turn, it's gonna be really good for Ken. Again, these two Heras are doing a lot more than what most people might think.
Well, I mean, we may see an Adam Broly here from Zack Tufford, and I'm pretty sure that's what we'll probably
We have
see.
to.
We'll see an Adam Broly with it being on the chase. He'll cast Sign of the Future, and he'll remove both Heras.
Yep.
Or, I mean, he could do a Hera and the Bowman if he has any more barrier shadows. How many shadows is Zack playing? In
2,
his
I think, as it
sideboard?
was.
2?
So he would.
I mean, that's the play that, you know, Zack likes to make a lot, is just, you know, on the chase. Or play Adam Broly. Actually, ooh, I don't think he has it. Oh, there's the Adam Broly, but does he have it? No. So it's Windcat, Sign of the Future, Elvish Priest, Adam Broly? There's the
No.
Windcat.
No, I mean he's gonna dig for it now, and
Okay. I don't think he has it then.
I mean, even then, you can. It's always awkward for the Alice World player. Like, anytime you play Double of One Resonator, you're free to block with it, but then you're losing your Adam Broly engine. So I don't think Tufford really cares about blocking a Hera right now, but
No.
he's gonna save it till
Most of
later.
your life points are a resource. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. I mean, granted, you know, 2 500, you know, resonators are technically a nice clock.
Pinged himself 200.
Yep, I got it.
A cat? Ooh, priest.
There's the priest. And interdimensional.
Hollow.
So
Huh.
he has 2 cards in hand. Well, I think one is an Alice World.
Yeah.
Not
So
Al-
he
not
could.
Adam Broly, but actually Alice World. So
So in this case, it makes sense for him to want to block the familiar because it's a way to reduce the cost
Yeah.
if he doesn't have the Adam Broly. I mean, sure, you can bank on a top deck plus a reflect activation, so you're going to see 4 cards to hopefully see the Adam Broly, but
sacrifice. That is.
I doubt that he's
That's
going to be
another
blocking.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's no.
23.
Yeah, there's no way in the world he blocks.
So Tufford's going to see 4 cards to find the Adam Broly here.
We have Adam World, Pumpkin. We have basically Alice World, 4 Sacred Beast, and 2 Pumpkin Witch OTKs. Hence, yet another reason why Alice Cluster will be starting in Collinsville.
Not soon enough. I wonder. I can't see what's in Ken's hand.
Straight gas, Gretel.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, that's pretty good. That turns on Huang Long next turn. As you see him he kind of flipped it up a little bit. So
Thought I saw a feasting as well.
There's a Bowman attack. That's going to get in for 5, unless he plans on blocking
3.
with a cat here. Well, I mean, for 3. Here's the thing. Do you pump? Do you pump here? All right, he does pump. Good. I agree with pumping there.
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
kill off cat in response.
You're good. You get the cat out regardless.
So, I mean,
granted, this helps his Alice World.
Yeah.
Pump, but it also turns it hinders the Adam Broly play a little bit. So.
And it's definitely very interesting to think about. Ken is, by doing that attack or by doing this, he's basically banking on saying, you're not going to play another barrier. This Bowman did what it needs to do in this matchup, and 500 damage is probably irrelevant at this point. But he wants to cut Tufford off of being able to use it for an Adam Broly or something.
It's going to be very hard for Zack to kind of come back from this game, I believe, after double Harris.
Yeah, it's two cards, right, in hand?
Ken is basically going to... Zack has 2 cards.
And one of them signs, right? So that does
literal
nothing now for the rest of the match. Because you'd have... Oh, he has is that a Leviathan underneath the Apollo?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so he does have a sack outlet. Never mind. Like, Adam Broly gets you to a point, but that's not... You'd have to Adam Broly and banish to Demon Sword and then signs. But if you're signing 2 Heras away, that you're not not feeling too good about your life choices.
You can never count out an Alice World list, but...
No, not at all. I'm just saying,
I
think Zack realizes he has to save his signs for bigger threats.
Well, there's a cat. So if he's able to get the Seal of Wind and Light, which I'm pretty sure he's probably digging for here, he does have the mana to make it unchaseable. So he can actually answer the
Ooh, that's right. He has the moon. He has the moon.
Yeah. He has the moon.
Ooh, that's really good, actually.
I mean, that would be my line of play here, because he's set up for an Alice World next turn, right? Oh, you're dying on me. So I
muted my mic. We're good.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I think so. Here through my.
Sorry for those that are listening. I'm dying.
I would just set up for next turn.
With the insurance policy on this?
Yeah. I mean, you're at enough life. He's not presenting lethal. He doesn't have a red source, so he can't cast a Zukwa or whatever, the red one anyway, right now. But it's one of those things that it's, he's turned on Alice World, next turn. Actually, he had it technically this turn, but it's... You'd have to gone through a little bit of, whatchamacallit. I don't think he has the cards in hand for it, but... So we'll see. There's Adam Broly. So we're going to get... I'm not sure which color mana, but we're going to get something. Probably another blue. He's probably going to play Cheshire Cat here.
I mean...
Unless he just has something else. But I'm pretty sure
I was just going to say, does he have a Guiber or something that...
Well, no, he can't play Guiber.
He just gets bounced.
Well, no, he can't play Guiber because he only has.
Well, he has the will floating from that. So if he plays like Windcat Guiber, because he has 2 cards still in hand, right?
I think having the mana open for Seal is just too important, because if Huang Long resolves, Zack is going to lose this game.
Well, he's still 1 stone off. He lost his.
No. He has the stone here.
Priest. No, I mean Ken though. He's only at 4 will, and 5 next turn.
No, he should have 5.
Is there a 5th one?
I just swore there was a 5th one.
I don't know. And of course, with Tufford,
he could be.
With Tufford not having a tap for a stone, it also makes it really hard to follow how many stones each player should have. And of course, Tober played at Gretel.
Ken shifted the Huang Long, to
the front.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that is the path we're going down. So. So he did play the Cheshire Cat. Okay. So yeah, he's set up for Alice World next turn.
Woof.
He's got the stone. Yeah, because see, Zack's going to 4 here. Ken should be already at 5 because he played Gretel.
Okay.
Which is a guaranteed hit for Ken. Actually, I don't think it's a guaranteed hit. I think he still plays.
No, he plays all.
Oh, he
It's
plays all?
4 Gusting Skies, 3 Blasting Waves, 3
So he plays
Deep
the extra Gusting Skies then, instead of just the 3 of the Moonshade? Okay, good.
And he plays another Deep Woods out of the sideboard. For the Harrows that clearly he was doing work with.
So yeah, we're definitely set up next turn for... Oh, wait, no. Are we good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can Alice World here.
Oh, with
1, 2,
Rulers
3,
and Moon, you
4,
mean?
5. No, he has 8. He had to pay 2 life, but he didn't have it. All right, okay, he's doing it in response. Okay, good.
Oh.
This is a smart move by Ken. While resolving before the trigger bounce, so he can't actually Alice World there and go off. All right, so it looks like another orb for Ken.
And then
There's
yeah,
5.
this allows him to be very.
So here's the thing: do you attack Zack here, or do you? Well, you're going to cast Wong Long, so. Oh, he does only have 4 mana. Oh no, Ken J-activated earlier. Remember? So he skipped the.
Oh yeah.
He skipped the mana. Oh, looks like he took it. Going straight to the face.
Wow.
Zack got game 1, guys. There's a block.
I mean, how many cards are in Tufford's hand? Part of me just would have been jamming for that priest.
I'm pretty sure I still attack with Gretel into the priest here.
Yeah, probably 100%.
And you give up the...
You pump her the S to do the whole cat thing again.
Yeah.
And that's
He
still
goes down to
perfectly
2
fine.
features.
And he has
So
Huang Long, so he doesn't need a filter for something where he's just going to be able to get it next turn anyways. Assuming he calls this
Yeah, 'cause
down
he's
here.
going to play this. He's going to play another orb here. Sign of the Future, orbs. We have the Sign of
Oh, there's a
Orb as
Susan
well.
in his hand. Jeez.
Yeah. Huang Long. Looks like Wall of Wind. Are we going to the priest?
Yeah, it looks like a wall of wind in the back. Susan,
sure we're going
wall of
to the
wind,
priest
and Huang Long.
Traded Gretel for a cat? I would do that.
Oh yeah, so Tufford definitely has a seal in hand.
Yeah. Oh,
a
yeah.
bad
he
card.
definitely has sealed.
Giving up the Morge? Really?
Well, I'm thinking he's...
You give up the cat or the priest. I'm pretty sure you have to keep the Morgiana. It was just face?
Wow, it was just face? Well, that's interesting. All right. Well, we'll go to 16 then.
All right, so Ken is just on the aggressive Hera beatdown plan.
Either that or he just doesn't want to give...
Like, if he just... Okay. Or I guess he can filter first before he judgments to see what he's going to get. I mean, there's...
I mean, he has
All right,
Baihu.
1, 2... Tufford has 4 cards, I think, then.
Big Turtle would be really, really good here. But I think Ken's basically just going to stay open with counter magic. I see absolutely zero reason.
Ken realized he's winning this game with the Hera beatdown plan.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean...
Yeah. And he still has a wall of wind
he's
and...
basically putting all the pressure on Zack to
do something.
Yeah, to basically make a play. He's like, here's the scenario I'm putting you in.
It's funny. Ken could actually be playing for the long game of putting Tufford in a position where he has to play Gwyber without being able to play Robe in the same turn, to go for the Susan, pump it to 1,400 damage, and let that be lethal through the Pierce. I think that's very... I think that's
he has to get to the red mana.
Not if he plays a Gwyber.
Well, true. I mean...
But I think that's what Ken's doing.
All right, so we pass.
So, shout out to Ken for being like 4 turns ahead and realizing how he's probably going to win this game. Well,
I mean,
two turns for each player, 4 turns.
I mean, it
how do you
goes
look
back
at
to
it?
whatever like we were just talking about. Harris being threats. I mean,
Yeah.
500 power versus 500 power and defense versus Alice World can be very. It can be really nice when your opponent doesn't have the Autumn Brawlies.
Yeah.
Okay. Morg eats Gretel. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, keeping his hairs alive.
Yeah.
Great.
There's a kitty cat. We'll probably see an Alice World here, or an attempted Alice World.
Well, it'll resolve. He only has 4 counters on. Yeah, only has 4 counters on Reflect. Can go up to 6,
Well,
so
no,
he can't counter.
Ken has Soul of Wind and Light.
No, he only had
and
Wall of Wind in hand.
Not you sure? I could have
I
sworn I saw
thought.
a seal. There's a Wall of Wind to the far right.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
But
4,
I mean,
5,
I'm
6,
pretty sure
7.
Zack is going to call a Mana Stone.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be interesting to see what Zack thinks that his line of plays are for the rest of this game. Again, Ken has had the luxury of just being able to sit back and go, hey, here's my Heras. I don't think he played... Oh, he played Orb. That's pretty much all Ken has played in 2 turns. He's like, these Heras are getting through for damage. You got to play something. Good luck.
oh, here's a Hat Brawler. Uh-oh. We have a glimpse?
Nope.
No.
Is it Prison?
No.
He has... Well, I mean, Ken does play Prison, so that would be hilarious if he prisoned this from hand.
That would be really good. There's a Hat Brawler.
But so regardless what is happening is like those shuffles would still resolve, and then it goes to Adam Broly being on the chase, and then he has a chance to respond to something. But nope, Tufford's drawing, so Ken doesn't have the... I guess he could have tutored for it, but I guess he doesn't care that much.
So I wonder if
Ken is just building up. Like, yeah, he has to bounce the Adam Broly here again, so the Cheshire or the Heras can attack. But he might also want to just save the counters so he can counter in Alice's world.
all right, so we have the there we go. See the lines play. Goes back on top.
Right.
There goes a Wind Familiar, I'm guessing. Nope, there's a Gwyber. So
Adam Broly, Cat, Gwyber.
Gwyber. All right, well, we have Susan. Susan is now turned on.
Yeah, so
But, I mean...
he can counter it. He has a
he
Priest
has
for
a
Wall of
seal.
Wind.
Yeah. He's going to save
Well,
the
he
mana
needs
here.
to...
He's going to filter.
Yeah, and then he's going to
And then he's going to deactivate. No, he's okay. No, he's going to untap Morjana, and then he's going to. Then he'll probably deactivate.
Well, she doesn't untap till the end of turn anyway.
Yeah.
Or sorry, end phase, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Ken could force.
Do you call a stone here?
Ken could force a sign. Yep, here we go.
Yeah.
Ken's going to force him to have the 2 will for the get the seal out of his hand, and then that way this still opens up the window for Ken to Susan next turn.
I mean, you just have to let your Adam Broly and Gwyber just eat the dust here.
Yeah.
You just oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. I don't think this is correct by any means.
All right, if you're already
wow.
if you're already committing this much, wouldn't you pay? Okay, he's paying the awakening cost.
Yeah. All right, so he's going to take another 200. He's going to 14 though. The 14's relevant. All right, so Son of the Future's countered, and we're going to see Zack Tufford lose to Sasano here. Well, yeah, no, he loses to Sasano.
I mean, Tufford can bounce it. I think he's going to deactivate. He's going to lose his Gwyber, though.
He's going to have to deactivate, and he's going to have to bounce before Ken has the priority. During his main, he's going to have to bounce it at the start of the turn and during the draw.
Yeah, it's,
Basically, if Zack lets Ken go to his main phase, that's Susan is hitting the table. And that is literally just game. I'm pretty sure Zack is aware of this.
That was a very good bait by Ken Tober.
Well, I think Ken has another counterspell in his hand. I told you he had Subtle Wind of Light. I think he actually has 2 of them.
I could have swore it was... All right. Ken's doing some kind of math here. Oh, for double bounce?
Yeah, I think he's going to try to go for game. Is he at 12? Is he at 1200? Did we miss a life trigger somewhere? With
No, I don't think we did.
Because I think he's... I mean, he's trying to calculate lethal here.
I mean, there's no way Tufford just didn't flip. Reflect here.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
So, yeah, there's the J activation. All right.
So, like...
Start of the turn.
Or end phase, this is going to
End
untap.
phase,
And he's going
untap.
to go, hey, I'm going to do some shenanigans.
Response. He's searching.
What do you tutor for here?
What do I tutor for? I mean, there's a couple different things he can actually tutor for.
He has a Susan in hand. He has a counterspell.
I mean, you can get another. I would probably get another Sign of the Future. I mean, that's not a bad.
No, I mean that's fine too. But like, Tufford is.
All right, Zack.
Tufford really needs to. I mean, we don't know what's in his hand here, but.
All right. So
Tufford just needs a scoop.
start of the turn. He let him untap.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think we're going to see a very quick scoop here by Tufford. Hey, Ken's playing fast. He knows he's got this.
Well, I mean, he still needs to be. He needs to be wary about what he's doing there. I mean, it's pretty simple. You slam.
I mean,
you
I wonder
just slam Susan.
What does he have any other?
Yeah.
Oh, to keep.
Yeah. You just slam Susan. It's game. You deal 12 to Gwyber.
So there's more
Well, he
else
has
in the
cat.
world.
He has. Well, he still has an answer. Well, no, it's still dead because he attacks.
Well, he bounces it. I mean, those Heras aren't gonna.
Yeah. You glimpse.
Oh, he glimpse. Oh,
That's what I'm saying. He has
Oh.
he has no orbs.
he doesn't. All right. I thought he had an untap source. So never mind. Yeah,
No,
this
he has
is-
to block.
And then he can.
He can bounce one creature. So he has to block with that umbrella here. Take 4, go to 1,000.
Well, he can't bounce the Cheshire Cat, so he still is gonna live.
Yeah, no.
There we go.
And he's going. So that's Ken takes game 2.
Oh, so Tufford was at 1100. That's why.
Oh, he's 1100. Okay.
So yeah, no matter what, he was dead.
Yeah.
That's where the miscommunication was. Like otherwise, he lives like barely.
So after 10 minutes, guys.
Oh, this is gonna be.
No, if top 8 was not timed in Force of Will, these games would literally drag on for about 2 to 3 hours. If you don't believe me, just talk to anybody who went to the Pasadena AGP, because I'm pretty sure one of their matches lasted an hour and 30 minutes or whatever and change. So, I mean, it's
So I wonder if the players realize how much time they have,
so basically,
and I wonder if Tufford knows. And I think Tufford's probably still too focused on the matchup that he doesn't realize that Ken is going to be playing this to where a Bahu is going to win him the game.
exactly.
If he doesn't open up the absolute, nuts, he's going to be getting that Bahu in.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is, say we go to time here. Since we're actually starting the game, since we'll be starting game 3 and it'll actually be in progress, whoever has the highest life total will be the winner. So, luckily luckily they didn't run out of time before game 3, because then policy states that both players get 2 turns, and then you consult life totals, and if they're the same, then the next life change decides the winner. But at least now they're starting game 3. And, then game 2 actually went quite fast. So, both players were definitely pushing the pace.
And I really can't stress enough, Ken Tober scooping when he did, knowing when to scoop, which just goes to speak of how much. I mean, both these guys, I've talked to them both at length. They both come from Magic, and they have a very competitive background. And knowing when to scoop is a very, very, very important skill to have. And the only reason we're in the position that we are in right now is because Ken scooped in game 1.
Oh, exactly.
So I am very happy that we're going to be seeing this. It's cutting it close.
One of the biggest issues that we have in this meta at all, I mean, basically one of the biggest issues we have in this meta with Reflect Mirrors are people do not know when they've been beaten.
Yep.
And they don't understand all the lines. They don't see that the writing's on the wall. And so they'll watch their opponent play Solitaire for, an extra 10, 15 minutes. Well, in essence, that 10, 15 extra minutes going into an additional game could be enough to sit there and get them just enough time to, basically get it to the next game. Or, so it's definitely rough. So we have a very, very fast keep. Ken's shipping What? Okay, he's keeping 2. Deciding, keeping 2. Shipping 3. Alright, so we got some... Alright. Yeah, we have people that are playing lightning fast. Because they do not want to go to time. I think they both understand they don't want to go to time.
Well, I think also Zack realizes that Ken has the opportunity to open up with a much more aggressive start. Like, sure, if Zack combos off, great, you have a Gwyber. I get that. But we saw in that, like in game 2, where Ken was able to open up those Heras and just bounce stuff to get through the damage, and was able to put Tufford on the back foot the entire time.
Yeah, the one reasons I like the mana base for the 4-Sigurd piece is sometimes you just, variance happens and you just happen to get screwed with your Ruler's Memoria. There's plenty of times when walking the tournaments. And I'll be sitting there seeing people that like they just don't get the orb or they don't get the Leviathan, and it's just like, oh man, the feel bads of flipping over that first stone and it's a Ruler's Memoria and having to come into play tapped, and then you're just staring at the priest and your priest is like, why bro? Why is this happening to me?
Elvish Bowman though is very, very interesting. I mean, that's it. So he can buff it to a 5/5, which again puts him in the same position where it's going to be able to eat what he plays unless he has a wind cat to blow it up.
It forces Zack. If he's going to use his priest, then he's having to untap it and not filter. So it's actually a very, very, very solid threat for turn 1, because it with a pump can kill his priest.
Yep.
Basically, there's only going to be one person who does not get their invite, and sadly that person will be Jarrett Kane. He will be the only player in the top 8 that will not technically have at least an unpaid invite by the time the entire top 8 finishes. There's a okay, there's Adam Broly.
No, he's swilling the wheel, Adam Broly.
That is a amazing start for Zack.
Yeah, I think we have the Gwyber here is what he was windmill slamming that for. Like, yeah.
Do we have the Gwyber? I think we do.
I think
if we do, then that's rough. That's going to be really rough, especially if Ken can't flip over a Gusting Skies.
I mean, he could have set the standby naturally, but it comes to the issue. He still has an Elvish Bowman, needs to find a way to get rid of it. And then he could get an Adam Broly Gwyber, which would be, again, amazing for what's in his hand. Oh, he could bounce it with Apollo. He has Apollo in his hand to bounce the Bowman if he needs to.
Does he?
It looks like it. I thought I saw Apollo in the front. Another Elvish Bowman.
It looks like Apollo. If it's Apollo, then he just needs Gusting Skies. Which, I mean, he will need the Gusting Skies. But I mean, Zack's setting up a pretty solid board that, I mean, if he gets to the point where he's able to cast Alice World, he can technically just steal all the extra turns from Ken.
Yep.
And if he's able to steal the extra turns from Ken, then, sadly, that's just what it is.
I mean, at that point, you attack with an Elvish Priest and you win the game.
There's an orb. There's a counter.
Oh, using the green will from Priest to draw the card. Okay, so he's really digging.
Well, yeah, I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean,
I know. I'm saying I for how fast Tufford was playing, it really made it seem like he had already. Oh, a pass! Oh, wow! Tufford just passed. He completely whiffed. I mean, that's not good for Ken either, though. Like a Deep Woods or a Gusting Skies would have been infinitely better here. I mean, that Adam Broly is still an issue for him to worry about, but that was a huge, huge opportunity loss there for Tufford. I am still fine. Does he have signs in hand? Like, I'm fine with setting a standby here.
Well, no, he doesn't have the Gusting Sky, so it doesn't matter.
No, you could set it down for 2, and then flip it up that way.
I didn't see the signs.
Man, this is really interesting. I think Ken is just trying to put bodies on the table at this point that can attack. Ken knows they're getting really close on time. That Adam Broly is going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're definitely going to time here. I mean, luckily we'll have 3 turns. But I mean, the Adam Broly is definitely getting in here. There's no way that it's not.
Yeah, it's...
If we see a priest here, then...
Oh, jeez.
That's that's pretty much going to be game. Here's the thing.
I mean, even then, you can attack at the Adam Broly, use the extra green will you have available, banish the Wind Cat to kill a Bowman that he blocks with, to automatically put Ken to 3,400.
Oh,
he has a Cheshire Cat. He has enough blockers where this one Adam Broly getting through could be the difference between... And okay.
Well, no, it won't get through. But here's the thing.
Okay, there he goes. Whew, he saw it. Oh, no, he didn't. He blocked. All right. All right, well, he had another Adam Broly, so it's fine. But there's definitely a point to be made here where that 6 damage could be the difference in this game or not. Like, you can give up your Morgiana at this point.
Especially with 2 orbs.
Yeah, like, you're... I really hope that block doesn't cost Tufford the game.
I mean, it's not. It's not gonna cost him the game.
Well, they're going to go to turns right now. But, I mean, unless Ken has nothing for these Adam Brolys. Like, Tufford's going to use the rest of the time on his turn, so he's going to be turn 0.
No. It's his turn, so...
0. Active player becomes turn 0.
Yeah.
So, Tufford's running down the last, like, 2 minutes of this clock. We did set the time, right? Or
yeah, the time is set.
Or does Van have a...
Yeah, make sure Van knows that it's time in the round. Go, let him know. Zack is technically the active player. That's not where the headset goes. Yeah, you guys are on a delay. You let them know that Zack is... Okay. All right, then we're good. Here's turn 1.
All right, well, I called it that Tufford would end it to be turn 0, so Ken has turn 1 here.
There's a sign. Oh, jeez. That's really, 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 really good. That is so good. That is so good. That's a feasting. It looks like a feasting.
Did Tufford flip, though, while I was away? Did he flip into refrain?
Oh, he got the Gusting Skies. All right, we have a game now. We have a game. This is good. So here's the thing. He could... Oh, no, he deactivated, didn't he? Did he deactivate?
No, so he has a counter for it.
That's going to be rough then.
Yeah, so Tufford's just going to bounce the board and get it. I can't see how many counters are on him, but... I mean, and at this point, it might as well just take the time that he needs to figure out what's... what the play is going to be.
It's going to be very, very hard for Ken to come back. I mean, his play is basically...
Tufford can either bounce it or just counter the signs. Like, there's got to be a huge misplay by Tufford to not win this game at this point.
Well, no, he's just going to bounce all the blockers. He's going to get in here for 1,500.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, the life amount is going to be too great. The thing is, I want to know how many counters he has on refrain, because that matters, so he can't counter.
If he had 1 more mana, he could technically... well, it doesn't matter. He still has... He has orbs. He has multiple orbs and counters.
He needed a growl. He has a glimpse, though, so, like, that's...
Yeah, but the glimpse doesn't matter. So he counters it once. I mean... Cast it during his turn?
What?
I think I just... If I'm Tufford here, I just bounce. I think they're actually discussing what's happening for the rest of the game. So that's Ken Tober's 1, Zack Tufford's 2. And then Ken's going to be 3.
Yeah, so I think there might have been a concession or something here already, and they're just talking through the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think they're just talking for the rest of the game. Which still, I mean,
Ken had a really small
that's a
window
very,
there.
very-
If he
this is a
would have
very good
drew
match.
if he would have drew the signs a turn earlier, he would have been fine.
Yeah. So here goes the, I'm pretty sure, a bounce here. Or is he searching? Oh, no, he's just adding counters. Yeah, only one creature has to get through.
Well, they still
Actually-
play the turns, and then it goes to life. So
He's bouncing his out on Broly.
what just happened?
Well, he's keeping himself out of. This way, he can't lose to Summon the Future.
I see what you're saying. So you just
Which
bounce
is a very
attack
smart-
the Adam
yeah,
Broly.
You just bounce the guy. Because he only has to get in 1 point of damage. There's pumpkin.
Okay. We figured it out, folks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he had Wall of Wind, we'd be good. But yeah, you only need to hit him once. Yeah,
Well, no,
that's it.
it's
That's all that
still
matters.
no. Ken still gets one more turn to attack.
It's not gonna matter.
I understand that's not going to be enough damage, but if he gets like if he swings out and gets a Zooquake because his guy is tapped, there might actually be enough damage here. Zack might be off on his math because he's
6, 12. He's going to 28. He's going to 28. Sacks both.
because he only had 2 stones, right?
Yeah, that's all he needs. I mean,
Oh,
he gets half of the
yeah, he
turn.
bounces Adam Broly. Never mind, that's the extra 6.
Yeah. So it's 28. There's another 4. He's going to drop to 1800. Yeah. So Ken's going to go down to 18 after the 400 drain.
There you go.
from the
That makes more
pumpkin
sense.
witch.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not doing 20.
And then the extra 1,000.
And then he's able to. He has three.
Well,
three
that Adam
orbs in
Broly
play.
essentially deals 1,000 damage. Well, he had to tap, so he can't bounce or anything. Like Tufford didn't have any response for Ken's next turn. Yay, global effects and how they work in Force of Will.
Yep. That brings him to 18.
Yep. All right.
Yep. There's no reason. Zack has enough counters to bounce both those guys. This is turn 3. We'll probably see Ken think a little bit. He'll examine his hand, make sure that he, definitely doesn't have any outs, and then we'll probably see the handshake.
Oh, I thought he flipped back. Okay.
No, you didn't flip back.
That's what I get for walking away.
Well, Ken.
You have 3 orbs. I don't know why you'd ever flip back when you can just, remove the
No,
counters.
he's definitely not flipping back. He wouldn't have flipped back. Now with 3 orbs in play. Ken sadly going blasting waves, and not getting the gusting skies earlier. Definitely cost him because he was holding Sign of the Future, and he just simply couldn't cast it.
I mean, he could have set it as a standby again if he wanted to do it that way. I think he drew the sign to turn late is what happened. I don't remember. There's that one turn I couldn't see what he drew for the turn, but that's unfortunately just all it's going to be for this one. Ken just looking at his hands like, look at all this sweet stuff I have.
Yeah, he's just going through all the, just definitely looking at everything. I just don't see how Feasting and Bowman are going to deal 22, which is sad, but we'll see if
we get
we'll
to see
what's going
3-4
on with
battle it out,
Valentino
right?
and Anthony Torres. So.
Do 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 do. Glad someone got the Rocco's reference in there.
Phone is blowing up.
Everyone's like, hey, Rob, pay attention, Rob.
Notice me.
Oh, he brought the Prisha in. Huh.
That is a lot of messages. Wow, that is a lot of messages.
I mean, the Facebook page right now is pretty interesting on a lot of things that are being talked about. And we did get 35 players for the Alice Cluster event today as well. Fun fact, only 7 reflects out of the 35, which is fun.
Valentino won? Yeah. Okay, wow. So Valentino goes to the finals and gets his paid trip. He'll be going back.
Yes.
What's the drop down there? Is it whoever wins the third place match, or is it
It looks like there's a scoop.
All right, and there's a scoop from Ken.
Sweet. So the finals will be Zack Tufford versus Ryan Valentino. Tavern versus Outer World. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure David's going to be loving that.